So, what do you use your money for? In a recent thread, I joked about avoiding interest rate fluctuations by just buying houses in cash. Super easy, right? It was then pointed out that you shouldn't do that due to the opportunity cost of the money being invested. And while I understand this line of thinking towards building maximum wealth, it had me thinking that is you have this kind of money around and could just buy a home that suits your needs long term while also greatly reducing your dependence on your income, would you do it? We thought about it and pulled the trigger in 2020 and have not regretted it. Obviously it's all about goals and values, but curious to see what the community thinks. Money can be exchanged for goods and services. I use my money to buy lunch every day. I pay bills, I save some, I invest some, and I spend some on things that make the boredom of saving investing a little less dreary. I have no problem with the concept of buying houses with cash. It's about what you value, and cash has a diminishing return for me. If I'm earning enough to be able to just buy houses with cash, which will generate more cash flow for me, and all my needs and wants are already satisfied with the cash flow that I have, hence having enough free cash to be able to buy that house, what benefit do I get from borrowing and paying money for that luxury? Avoiding debt significantly reduces risk. There are strategies out there whereby you purchase shares consistently in accordance with your budgeted savings. When the money in the stock market gets to a certain value, you pull it out to buy housing with cash. I don't do this personally, but I know a few people who do. It suits their risk appetite. It obviously takes a few years, but they are diligent savers and are often putting 80-100K on the stock market each year. Each house they buy only adds pure cash flow to their portfolio without interest rate impacts. Mainly just sensible things like good meals and cocaine. My money is put into someone else's bank account called stocks, where it's gone never to be seen again. But somehow, even though I can never have it back or use it ever again, it makes some made-up concept called my net worth a millionaire status, even though I live in a house in the outer suburbs, drive a 2001 RAV4 with peeling paint, and have a weekly food budget of $100. But I'm told to keep putting my money into stocks so I do never to be seen again, because it makes an imagery thing called net worth a million, and society tells me that's a good thing, that's what I'm supposed to do. Hookers and blow snowflake hash. I waste the rest. Gay furry art commissions. Debt on a house you live in is bad debt, as interest paid is not deductible. If you intend to turn your home into an IP, you should have a mortgage. You can leave cash in an offset to eliminate interest payments. You might be able to borrow money against your home to invest in shares. Plastic crack. Pesos, I mean $AUD, easy to confuse the two on this economy. I wouldn't buy an investment property in cash. Rental yields are mostly terrible and getting any capital gains out is time consuming or expensive. Leverage is the main benefit of property investing. Winter is coming. The TSLE of the grasshopper. The prodigal son. Hookers and blow. Hookers and blow. I use money to stay alive. As per Maslow's hierarchy, base needs include food, water, shelter. Money pays for all of those, so therefore money is more essential than those. Well, I roll it up for my nose candy. LOL, kidding, I can't afford that. Droogs. If you have to borrow money to buy a house, you should just accept you are not rich, and likely never will be. No amount of rumination on which course of action to take with respect to borrowing money or not will change that. Good work. Credit junkies will use any excuse to keep this scheme going. It'd be a dream to pay for my house outright. Work 3 or 4 days and live a comfortable, stress-free, easy life. And travel lots more than I'll be able to. Great idea buying a place outright because you hundreds of thousands on interest over 30 years. Also depends on age. I'm in my 50s and don't have the time to start again. The security of a paid-off house is worth every cent of lost ROI. I sleep well and ignore the market. Paying taxes apparently. To buy back my time. Meh. I just bought a house with cash. Feels good man, no mortgage at 36. The cost was pretty high though, and most people wouldn't have to deal with this. Mum died very young last year unexpectedly, and that is how we could afford this house. Would have been nice if she could have enjoyed her retirement and grandkids instead. She had absolutely no intention of leaving me all that money, investing the rest. Beanie Babies and rare Funko Pops. I'm already a multi-millionaire at assumed illiquid historical prices. I pay rent and general expenses. Have about 1k week left over and just save. Occasionally computer parts, games, car parts. Then eventually when I save enough I import a car. I now own 12 cars, 1 house and rent with mates. Life's chill. So many interesting responses, but here's one that's missing: just keep it as cash. X200B. It's pretty easy to find a bank account that pays you 5 interest now. What's the rush? X200B. Edit. Obviously, this assumes that you either have no debt, or have debt locked in at an interest rate lower than 5. I use it so that when I go to a cafe, I can order my meal and add avocado. 50 tax. 20 play money living expenses. 30 savings. Coffee, Opal card, clothing, medication, doctor visits, petrol, groceries, newspapers, electric heater, aircon fan, toothpaste. Purchasing goods and services generally. I buy electronic products and toys, tablets, phones, headphones, camera, piano, scooter, Nerf guns etc. other than the usual bills, food, clothes. Peace of mind to have savings in bank. Staying alive mainly.